Alright, 8th grade Elks, this is Mr. Macaluso here again. I am going to be showing you the process of creating your blogger.com account, which will be the method that you will use to create your process journal. So all the stuff you learned about what a process journal is, this is where it's going to be stored. So you're going to want to start by going to blogger.com, which I've done here. And it's going to have you, I'll just do it with you guys. So here we go. Oh, blogger.com. Now what I want to do is I'm going to sign out. I'm going to sign in as if I don't already have a blog, just like you guys. So it would I'm going to add an account, and I'm going to use an account that I have not set up Blogger with before. You can see it's an account under my wife here, but so once I'm in and you're logged into your Google account, if you go to blogger.com, you will see this page here. This is what I wanted to get you to. So as you can see, blogger.com. So you have two options here is what it's going to give you first. Now if you already have a blogger.com account, you won't get this screen, but this is for most of us that have never done this. Now you could create a Google Plus profile, but what I don't want you to do is do that if you don't want to have a Google Plus account. It's just like a Google's version, attempted version to have a social network a la Facebook, although not terribly successful. I am going to have us create a limited blogger profile. I don't want us to have to do all that because you have to enter all sorts of information. We're just going to go limited, so please select that. So we're going to have a display name there. Turn that guy off. And I'm going to put in here since it's my wife's account, I'm just going to do this even though she's not going to have a blog. So you're going to put your name in there, however you want your name displayed. Please put in an appropriate name. In fact, let's exactly just put in our first and last name right there. So then you get to this account, this screen, which is your main blogger screen, and it's going to ask you to create your blog now. So you're going to want to click here where it says New Blog. And now we want to title our blog, and we're going to call it IB 8th Grade Community Project Process Journal. Or if you want to just leave off the process journal, I think that's fine too. IB 8th Grade Community Project would be fine. But this is our process journal, so I'm going to put that into mine. The address. Now here, okay, turn that off. This is what it's asking you is you're going to have an address on the web. It's going to be visible to everyone in the world. And it's whatever you call it, .blogspot.com. So what I recommend is doing something like your username. So let's say, and it'll tell you if it's available, and that is. You might want to do your username. So if we did in the student version, yours are your, your last name and then the first two letters of your first name. And then maybe you want to do underscore community project. I don't think it likes underscores, it's telling me there. So maybe you just want to call yours process journal username. That might be something like that. That's available. Whatever you want to do, you're going to go ahead and do that. So I'm just going to do this. I'm just going to call this test Macaluso AM. Okay, because it's got my wife's name on it. And then you're going to want to pick a template. This is something you could go back and change, but you just pick whatever you think looks cool, like any of these here. So I'm just going to pick that one and create blog. So it says there, IB 8th Grade Community Project Process Journal blog has been created. And so now you have a blog. Okay. So from this main blogger view, you can view the blog. This will let you do all sorts of stuff involving settings on your blog, which we won't get into right now. And this is actually the button you use to create a new post. But we can take a look and see what it looks like first. So you notice this opened me onto a new tab. Here's my blog. I got nothing on it. Okay, so there you go. Up top here you can see I can go new post, I can change the design, I could sign out. all sorts of stuff in there. These will take you to different people's blogs. Probably want to avoid that, and so on. So what's going to happen is the way that blogger.com works, it works like a journal. You could kind of think of it as a diary. I like to think of it as a journal. It's a place where you're going to be able to store all sorts of information as you go through putting in your process journals. So anytime you're ready to add something, you're just going to go click New Post, and then you're going to go ahead and give it a title. So I'm going to go ahead and title mine Initial Brainstorming of Ideas. Okay, and then let's say this is where I'm going to just start brainstorming ideas for my personal project. Okay, you've got all sorts of editing features here, or excuse me, community project. Okay, you've got options here to do some all sorts of things and make lists and bullets and things like that. So you'll go through the process and just kind of don't spend too much time on that. But as you, I'm just going to write one in there as I remember from last year. So as you go through your ideas for your community project, or whatever, as you go through creating a post here, just notice you have those options for formatting and whatnot. And then it's going to be really important that every single post you do that you use labels. So you can see over here on the right, I have post settings and labels. So if I click label, I'm going to want to label everything, every single post I do, whatever objective or criterion it is about. So if I'm, for instance, doing a brainstorming, I look at my objectives, I'm in the investigative stage, objective A. So I'm going to put investigating, just how it's written in there. And if I wanted another one, I would put a comma and do that. So make sure you use the same one. If you want to just make it investigate, but investigating is what it is how it's worded. Make sure you use labels, because these are really critically important when you go back to pull out your extracts, that you're able to find when you have actually done these things. So I'm going to go ahead and click done, and I've got the investigating label on that. If you forget, you can go back to the post, re-edit it, and add labels to it later. All right, so there you go. So you're now posting and you're creating notes here. If other things to think about, let's say that you wanted to, use a link to a website. You could put a link in there and put a link to a website that you want to show people that you've used. Let's say you've done some research using that. Let's say that you want to select a file from, looks like it's giving me options from my phone, from if I was on a mobile device perhaps, from my webcam if I had one. So you have a webcam, so if you were to select that, it would probably, let's see, this is probably going to show my face is my guess here, if I allow it and remember. Nope, no camera detected, but anyway. But you've got a lot of different options, and you may even be able to do stuff. If you clicked upload, it would probably let you get stuff out of your camera roll. Okay, so that's the way this is going to work here. Okay, upload. There you go. I could choose a file. So if you were to do handwritten notes, if you had audio files or video files in your photo roll, you can add those using that button right there. All right. This button here allows you to insert videos, a video file, and you'll see there's a few other editing things here. There's a spell checker here that will go ahead and check your spelling for you, is what it looks like. It looks like I got it on, so if I were to write, thinking that is what it's doing. It's telling me, for instance, I have the word school wrong there. That may be what it's doing. Or maybe it just goes through and checks it as you click it. So there is a spell check, so make sure you use that as well. Okay, so and then once you're done with a blog post, you can either save it and then get back to it and work on it when you're ready, or just go ahead and click publish and put it out there. So if I were just wanted to save, now it's saved. If I wanted to see what it looks like, I hit preview, and I can say, oh, that's what it looks like. Okay, looks fine. Okay, you can see my label on there, investigating, so I want to make sure I have that. Okay, so again, I can go back here, then I'm ready. I'm like, yep, publish. Let's make that live. There you go. And so I have my first post out there. So I'm going to go ahead and look at it. There's, again, I can update it. If I wanted to do something like that, I can go ahead and update it. Again, click preview, and it's on this different tab here, and there it is. There's my what's out there on the web right now. And that is really the basics of using the blogger.com account. Again, the key things are using those labels to label the criterion that you're using. Good luck.